In today's video, we are going to go over the maintenance that a dirt bike will regularly or sometimes need. So, we are going to start off with keeping your dirt bike clean. Now, you'll want to wash your dirt bike after every ride or after every other ride, depending on what the dirt conditions are like where you're riding. That could be if they're dry, maybe it won't need to be cleaned quite as much. If it's muddy, probably have to be cleaned a little bit more. Now, keeping your bike clean will help improve the performance and the lifespan of your parts, and it just looks better. Next, you will need to regularly change your transmission and engine oil. If you ride a two-stroke, you'll just need to change your transmission oil. Some people change their oil once their bike gets to a certain amount of hours, say every 15 to 20 hours. Or, like me, I usually just change it about once a month. But you can look at your owner's manual and see what your bike requires and go from there. Then you will need to regularly clean and re-oil your air filter. Now, if you live in really dry and dusty conditions, you'll definitely want to check it, say every ride or every other ride, because you don't want your filter getting too dirty, as that could risk getting dirt into the engine, which could cause some serious problems. Another thing to keep in mind is tubes. Oftentimes, whether it be a pinch or a puncture, your tire will go flat and you'll need to put a new tube in it. So sometimes it's good to just have some extra tubes on hand. And then while we're on the point of tires, just like a car, eventually it's going to wear off the tread and you'll need to put on a new tire. Now, moving on to some more long-term maintenance things that you will run into, starting with fork seals. At some point, your fork seals are going to get dirt stuck inside of them, and that's going to cause them to leak oil. So usually you can clean them and they'll last for just a little bit, but eventually they're going to need to be rebuilt. Another long-term maintenance thing to keep in mind is your drivetrain. Eventually your chain, front and rear sprocket are going to wear out and you'll need to replace them. And if you ride a 4-stroke, over time your valves are going to need to be adjusted. Now when your valves start to get out of whack, the bike becomes a lot more difficult to start and will backfire and just won't run as good. And then lastly, engine rebuilds. After a certain amount of hours, you're going to need to rebuild your engine so that you don't risk blowing it up, as this could put you, the rider, in great danger and cause a lot of really bad damage to the engine. Now, if you are a new rider, don't let this overwhelm you, as it's not as bad as you think. Just like your body regularly needs exercise, healthy food, and sleep in order to stay healthy, your bike needs care and maintenance as well in order to run healthy. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of New Rider Questions. Stay tuned for the next episode where we will go over how you should transport your dirt bike. So, I hope to see you there.